very good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining us this day right here on Kirk Mid Morning. It is the 21st of February, such a beautiful and lovely morning. My name is Faith Kaulu. Do stay with us till the end of this program. Today on Kirk Mid Morning, we want to talk about living beyond your means, a conversation we'd like you to be part of and tell us your experience. Have you felt the pressure, been tempted, or experienced it, or someone a friend, a relative, and how did you handle that situation? So talk to us on our social media pages. That is Kirk TV Kenya on Facebook and YouTube as well. On Twitter, it's KirkTV_Kenya. To have this conversation with me this morning is Julius Gitari, a counseling psychologist. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for you.
Karibu sana.
Giving me the opportunity to be in the studio.
Sure.
So it's a pleasure to be here. And Kirk TV is a TV station that I'm associated with because back at home I fellowship with the PCA Church.
Oh wow, beautiful.
So, I'm at home.
You're home.
Yes.
Karibu sana.
Thank
You're
you.
doing well?
I'm doing very, very well. And I'm glad that the topic has come.
Yes.
When there are a lot of ish here and there because of what people are going through.
Yeah.
And so I hope as we share, so you also get the views from the audience, and the topic will be edifying.
Great.
Yes.
All right. Do interact with us. That is Kirk TV Kenya on Facebook and YouTube. I'd like to hear from you, as well as any questions you might have as we continue with the discussion. Leave them on the comment section below. We'll also have a look at them, and Julius will help us tackle the questions. Now, Julius, even as we talk about living beyond your means, let's start by describing what this is all about.
Yeah, thank you. When you say we are living beyond our means, it means that actually one of the things that is happening that at least we have started depending on people's evaluation, like what we normally call in counseling external locus of evaluation. And when you use that external locus of evaluation, whereby you are listening to people's opinion and you want to really live to their opinions, then what normally happens is that at least you become a people pleaser. When you become a people pleaser, outside you wear a mask and you look as if you are okay, but you sense deep within you there are a lot of holes, and those the punching holes that you have, they really affect even your health and your being. So it means that when you are living beyond your means, you stopped savings. At the same time, you are living out to up to a facade, or you are in the utopian world. And at the same time, you don't have a determined package. You are budgeting, you are living impulsively, you don't have a budget. You are also in discipline in terms of the way you are saving your income. So there is that impulsive buying. At the same time, you're buying complementary things. Why should you buy bread and there's the ugali that you left last night, which is still is carbohydrates? So it also means that also when you look at yourself, you've lived your future today. You lived your future today. So tomorrow you don't have something for your retirement. And remember, as you age, as we retire, there's what we call even the aging diseases and the conditions that require a lot of financial constricts. Then looking at the concept by this Dr. Robert Kiyosaki, he talks about the 4 quadrants. So we are operating within the first 3 quadrants. Remember, you are in self-employment, business, and also employment. So we do not reach the 4th quadrant, which is the most essential, the investments. And therefore, whatever we are doing is like we have got what we call now the basket with a lot of holes. So whatever you are putting in is less than what is coming out. So as a result, you always be in a cycle. You start now, and that can lead you to becoming a fraudulent person. You lose your integrity because fraud, which is a crime, it can because of 3 core factors. You've got pressure, and when you've got this pressure, Pressure is an emotional is a negative emotional energy which you always require to be vented out. Then there is opportunity. Maybe you are the finance officer at Kirk TV. So there is money here, and I did like today we are on today's on 21st.
Yeah.
So you are telling yourself 9 days down the line, your salary will be in the account.
Yeah.
So this money in the drawer here. And I've got the pressure, I've got a sick child here, there's a bash somewhere to go. I can spend this money here, then on 29th, I'll pay back. Then, on 29th, when the money comes, you remember your boss had also taken some money, and even it was not something like what we call the petty cash voucher. It was not even documented anywhere.
Yeah.
But you knew that your boss was going somewhere. So you say, after all, even my boss, the money he took, it was never budgeted. So why should I be the one to pay back? Yes, the same consequence that happened to my boss was happened to me. So you rationalize a sin, you rationalize a situation. And as a result, now you discover that there is now, you are no longer that good steward, that good employee who was at the place of work, somebody you trust, and now your loyalty starts now diminishing. And you have to use a lot of energy to cover up. So you become a fraudulent and a fraudster employee, and even as a result now your image, your integrity goes down.
Yeah.
And that's the kind. Then after that now this will start now affecting your health. Yes, you have to start deteriorating, and you have to use a lot of energy to really mask.
Yeah.
You don't need to
keep
go
on lying.
Yes, you don't need to use that negative energy of lying. Actually, you spend only 24 muscles to be happy, to be genuine, and the 72 muscles to frown and lie. Yes, so you should not die of high blood pressure early because of trying to live up to a facade. Yes.
You've talked about a lot of people who are living beyond their means, don't have savings, they spend money impulsive. In an impulsive way. Correct. Let's talk about people who don't believe in the culture of saving. Would we say they're living beyond their means as well? Because there are people who say, "Furahia maisha leo," because you don't know if tomorrow you'll be there.
That is not living. That is being a national theater acting. Because you see, you're a human being with a conscience. So when you start now saying that whatever come my way, it was a miracle, you meant even your creator to be a member of the betting committee. Life is not about betting, it's not about probability. No, you are not here to wadakadabla things. That kind of life is living on probability. And there is this common term that normally people use called luck. I am lucky. Today I'm lucky. Actually, the acronym luck does not mean the lucky people are talking about. It's not about the bahati. No. Luck means labeling and a correct knowledge. L-U-C-K, labeling and a correct knowledge. So now you base your argument on luck as bahati, not labeling and the correct knowledge, definitely you are cheating yourself. Yes, you are cheating yourself, and that kind of a life is a very, very dangerous life, because yes, you are lifting a standard which you cannot maintain. Then that one, if you are a believer, I will say that you are an hypocrite. Yes, you are acting like a Pharisee. Yes, and life is not about being a Pharisee. So that aspect of probability, that if today I have done 1, 2, 3 things, that I've gotten this money, I went to the matatu, and the driver, the person who was collecting the money never asked me money. That is luck to me. Actually, you are becoming a criminal. You are setting a standard which you cannot be able to maintain, and then you forgot something very important, that people are in sizes, but life is in phases. So you need to eat your size, live your size, and enjoy your size. So, and that size again, for you to live, eat, and enjoy your size, it means you have also to be diligent. You must work. You must labor. Yes, actually, the man God created was a laborer. That's why the word of God in Genesis 2:5 says that there was no man to till the ground. Verse 7, God made a man who was supposed to be the ground tiller. So the man God created is an industrious man, just the same way God is industrious. So you cannot live. Actually, even the word of God cautions us that if you don't work, don't eat. So we cannot because the one you are getting, the one which has come, where did it come from? Somebody must have sacrificed somewhere. So we cannot be saying that at least now you don't have tomorrow. Power is in the now. Let us see what is here. God will take care of tomorrow. God is not what? We cannot really take God at the ransom and try to play games with God. No.
Or put him to test.
That's putting God to test. Yes. So we cannot go to that level. We have to be organized. We have to plan. We have to understand that life is expensive. Like right now, the people in Nairobi, they are aware that even going for a normal biological response, a core of nature, you require to spend the money. So assuming that at least now I eat, live, and enjoy life today, there's nothing like that. Yes, incidentally, the word enjoyment of life means spending. And for you to spend, you cannot enjoy life today without knowing tomorrow you need to maintain, or you need to live a better life tomorrow. You must be somebody who is organized, and you progress step by step. That's why even the word of God says that we are going from glory to glory. Yes, we've not actualized glorification. No, we are moving towards it step by step. Yes. So we cannot really advocate that. That is now causing us a lot of stress-related disorders. Yes.
Okay. Let's talk about living beyond your means, because earlier on you mentioned that sometimes it even affects your health.
Yes.
I want us to talk about the other effects that come with that. You know, you are here probably trying to fit in, probably trying to keep up with social media trends. A lot of people right now are there. You are trying to show family members that, you know, I've made it. I live off well. But behind the scenes, you're struggling to keep up with this lifestyle. What are the effects accompany that?
Yeah, thank you, Faith, for that very wonderful and very objective question. Allow me to say that when now you start living beyond your means, actually you've affected what now the common in the area of employee assistance program is something you're calling work-life balance. If you don't maintain the work-life balance, you've got beyond. Now, this has got a ripple effect in your health because remember our three dimensions: our body, our soul, and our spirit. Actually, our soul or our mind, that's where now the lead started beating us. Yes, our soul, which is our mind. When now there is pressure in our mind, it will cause stress. Now, this stress has got the tendency to affect both the body and our spirit. It has got tendency. When it affects our body, we see the body is somatizing, and I'll give some of the manifestation of the stress on our body. The body is somatizing. The body, which is a soma, is somatizing. That's stress. Because stress comes in levels. When it affects our spirit, again, we say you are no longer spiritual. You are not a spiritual being now. You are spiritually mad because you become a fanatic. Fanaticism is a mental disorder, and that person who is a fanatic is not going to heaven. They are already spiritually mad. They are qualified now to be candidate for hell. If we talk about now spiritual wellness, because we must maintain the spiritual. We are both spiritual as well as earthly. We must maintain that, going beyond, and that this comes. Well, you know, when you become a fanatic, you are holier than thou. So you see the world from only two angles: heaven and hell. So anything, even I can talk. I can say that. Some of the symbols I'm seeing in this thing is the studio. They are demonic. So you're seeing the things from the devil, God. Devil, God. That is not life. So, and then again, also let's now come now to the psychological dimension of whatever of living beyond your means. The effect. One of the effects that now when you're living beyond your health, what happens is that at least you'll be stressed. When you get this stress, your body will start peeling off. And therefore that the body is somatizing. You start experiencing headache, which does not respond to the normal painkillers. Now, those migraine headache, that means that now the soma, which is the body, and the psyche, they are affected, and therefore there is what we call the psychosomatization. Under the psychosoma conditions, you have condition like bodily muscles. Which germs causes body muscles? Even the doctor will not get that. Yes, but you are feeling pain on your body. This pain, the scientific machine that the medical world has invented cannot get the cause of this. Now, those somatic conditions now will really paralyze you. Then you've got health diseases like now high blood pressure. High blood pressure will come because of this. You want to really try to live up to us. Your standard is beyond your ability to meet it and to maintain it. Then also the conditions of arthritis. This is the condition the condition that normally affect our joints, and that condition is very painful. Arthritis, the swelling of the joints, it will come in. You have got digestive diseases like indigestion, flatulence. So many conditions. Your skin will start also having dermatological conditions like eczema, and you can be able to know when you're having those kind of eczemas. There's a bit of swellings here and there, and sometimes you're wondering, you might think it's another allergy. Also, allergy will come in. We have got this we call the environmental asthma. There's the genetic asthma, which can run within the family. Now, this time you did have that in your genealogy. You don't have that kind of a condition, but already you are now you're experiencing asthmatic attack. Then we start now saying it is the carpet. The carpet that the manufacturer of the carpet manufactured was not meant to cause you asthma. It is your health because of the pressure you've given yourself, unnecessary pressure to praise people, taking loans, and trying to really get extra loans again, going to the credit cards. At the same time, this kind of a condition has got the tendency to affect cardiovascular diseases like angina, the so-called heart attacks. Those conditions, they are coming because of that. You have got also what we call now the engaging in healthy compromising behaviors like smoking, prostitution, unprotected sex. All that will come because of the effect of this stress that has really come down. At the same time, you become even suicidal. Then you discover that the interpersonal relationship between you and other people, it is not healthy. You are always at loggerhead with one another. You are looking for mistakes here and there. Then also definitely you discover that your immunity is going down. Then you end up getting conditions like hepatitis, conditions like what we call the condition that many times the young people get, especially in high school, these viral infections, which is very common in our dispensaries because of like herpes, the herpes conditions. They will come because the immunity has gone down. Candidiasis will come in. You discover that also you are also having your stomach bloating now and then because of that. Again, also for the case of ladies, sometimes they can even get their still babies. Yes, because of that pressure. Miscarriages can also come in handy. They can also have the premenstrual syndromes, whereby the cramping causes a lot of suffering this individual. Even the so-called the deep heat cannot be able to mitigate it, to manage it. So we don't need to go to that level. Then the worst bit when the stress comes is about my self-concept, the ideas you have about yourself. It affects the four components that make you to be unique and singular. Your self-image get distorted. So the beautiful Faith now starts seeing yourself as if you are the most ugliest creation ever. Your body image, you started now doubting yourself. Then when you start doubting yourself, now you start complaining about your body makeup, and as a result, because of the body distortions, either you start eating junk food and the body lose even its form, or you start starving yourself because of that. Then your ideal self, the goals that you have in life, also they get shattered, and your self-esteem go down. You are either supposed to have low self-esteem or high self-esteem, not very low self-esteem or very high self-esteem. If it go so much down, definitely you are going to enter a state of apathy. When you reach the state of apathy, you don't see interest in life, and as a result, you are likely to commit suicide because you'll be a depressed case who is waking up with the morning blues. If it go very, very high again, chances are very high that you are going to destroy yourself, because you want to maintain a status quo, and that's why people are even engaging in devil worship. You want that money which is coming like miracles. And remember, if you enter that world, chances are you are entering a covenant which will be very costly, because that world always demand three things: sacrifices, blood, and sex. Yes. The demonic world that people want to enter so that they can be able to be getting money, following as if they are the Thomas Dralu, they are the manufacturers of money. It will result in three very difficult things that are sacrifices. And these sacrifices can be hairy sacrifices. Then the blood, because demons love blood. And then immorality, or the sexual demands, which again go contrary even to the word of God. And as a result, now you'll be flowing in money, but remember, one of your family members, if you enter that world, will end up becoming paralyzed or have a disability. Because that is now the target for you to become rich. So that particular member you've sacrificed, and now they've got some disabilities, is the vessel that is going to be used by the demons to be having their sexual orgies there. And the content will be talking about men in black suits visiting me and having intimacy with me, and because of the situation, this particular person, again, we don't want to review this thing because it is a family shame. We don't want to review this thing. But that's exactly the moment we refuse to do that, then people started dying, and finally the child you love most, you want to maintain a standard quo. You want even to start even lending the government of Kenya money because money is flowing to you. The child you love most finally will be the final sacrifice. If you refuse, that's the end of you. So why kill yourself before the years that God has given you to enjoy life here on earth and go to glorify God honorably? So you live without integrity. So
there's a lot of baggage that comes with living beyond your means.
True.
In whatever way you want to seek wealth, in whatever way you want to seek status quo.
Correct.
There's just something that comes with it that is negative.
Yes.
But then I don't know if we should call it an addiction, or you'd advise us, because there are people who like the feeling that comes with it. Because if we were to be honest, if right now Faith walks out there with her discovery and packs it, there's a certain kind of respect I'll get that I won't get if I'm dropped by a matatu. And there are people who like that, you know, the respect, how people look at you. And so you just want to keep on maintaining that kind of lifestyle. You take loans here, you borrow money there to maintain this. You don't want to let go of how high it feels. So is this kind of an addiction? I don't know. How can you term it?
I look at it from two angles. One of the angles is the self, the person of the self. That is a psychological problem one is having. Either you are suffering from a condition known as superiority complex. Remember, it is a complex. It's not being superior. It's a complex, and the complex is an amalgamation of so many inadequacies within you that they want you to become a fighter, even when in the real sense you are not a fighter. So you have to fight it. And that's why people start using statements like, you fake it until you make it. Yes, and this kind of the feminism statement we are uttering that what a man can do, a woman can do better. So these are philosophies of the world that people are really trying to incorporate to make up for the inadequacy. You are only making up for an inadequacy you're having. In psychology, we normally call them defense mechanism. Ego defense mechanism, they are ways of means of cheating to make up for an inadequacy somewhere. And they are temporal in nature. They are temporal. So you started now using a lot of energy to act. Kujifanya. So cheating. So, and therefore this individual who might be trying to maintain that kind of a status quo, you want to act like maybe a president. We've got even some personalities. Allow me to quote some personality like this lady in the US. This lady, she's a motivation speaker.
In Kenya?
Yeah, maybe even in Kenya we can have a standard of people like Vera Sidika, people like Akonde. The standard where she is, I won't reach that standard of hers. And I don't know how this lady climbed to that level. Whether it was gradual or instant, I don't know. And if it was instant, well, I'm not doubting the spirit. God can do miracles. I'm not doubting miracles of God. If it was instant, then we also be able to track whether it's just from grace to grace, because it's very possible. The working of God is very possible to move from grace, to move from charcoal of former Jenga Koinange to gold. It's possible. But then again, we are talking about I have got some psychological inadequacy within myself, and I don't want to reveal that weaker me. And therefore, because I don't want to reveal that weaker me, I make it an unfinished business. And this unfinished business make me now to have an unhealthy way of fighting. What now we are calling superiority complex. And in superiority complex, I'll fight people because I want to be on top. Even while in the real sense, I am not capable of being on top. And this fighting is very, very, very much unhealthy because you end up stepping on the people's shoes, you step on their legs, you step on their heart, you cause a lot of emotional havoc to people, and they reach a state of don't care. That even when you are embarrassing yourself, you don't have that guilt. You don't have that remorse. You know, guilt is a restorer by the way of sanity. Guilt can make you to look as if you are a very, very disparate person, but it's because it's sorry from what? Guilt, which is a type of anger. So you appear as if your conscience has died. And that's people suffering from superiority complex. That's what they behave. It's sort of they don't have conscience. They will hurt people. They can come to apologize years later for the havoc they have done. So that superiority complex as a lot because you are trying to make up, and therefore when you reach that state by queer means, whereby you are ready even to compromise your integrity, then now you want to maintain it by other dubious means. We discover that you want to associate with yourself with so many organizations, so many people with the fame. That's the people you want to associate with, yet you don't know what it took them for them to be there. You want even to say that at least you have got the personal number for Bill Gates. Your personal number for Bill Gates. You are even his agent in Africa continent. That is living a lie, and that's an indicator of somebody suffering from mental health. And those are some of the things that have made some people to end up becoming these narcissistic husbands and narcissistic wives who have caused a lot of heartache to human beings. So superiority complex can be one of them. Number two, I will not say it's addiction. I will relate it to the life of the prodigal son in Luke chapter 15. I will relate it to that. That gentleman was the son of a king. Meaning he was a prince. He was a prince. So he had everything in the state house. But he just decided to go for those funkies. So those funkies, remember when he enjoyed the funky. He tasted the funkies of the world very well. But a time came when now he was not able to maintain the status quo. And even he lost his identity as a prince. Because now the devil has got a tendency. The devil degraded the boy, the prince, to the status of an unclean animal, the pig. Because the word of God said that he desired to eat what the pig was feeding on.
Yeah.
He desired, after spending all those funkies and whatever, he desired, so he was degraded to an unclean animal, because a pig in the Bible, it denotes something unclean. And so that is exactly the kind of life somebody who wants to live beyond the means is, because you have got a lot of holes in yourself. You can't maintain. You are trying to service this loan from Tala. You are trying to service this loan from the Shylock. You are trying to service this loan from the bank. The loan for the help. You are all over loan. And when it comes to prioritizing, you are not even trying to pay the smaller debts before you go to the big ones. You are not using what we call the snowball. Snowball is whereby you begin by paying the smaller debts. The avalanche is whereby you begin by paying the big ones. Then you come to the smaller ones. You are not coming with that. Finally, you end up now collapsing. And many people suffer from depression. But a depressed person look very composed like a Faith. When you appear on the stage, we are admiring you.
Yeah.
When you go backward, you are crying, you are breaking down, you have got this kind of insomnia. You don't need to go to that level. Be yourself. Yes.
Okay.
Just be yourself.
So you'll tell people, be yourself.
Be yourself.
However difficult it may be, however many friends you might lose.
Correct. Do you remember, we are still in the hook of COVID. COVID-19. The year 2020, 2021, 2022 has not been easy worldwide.
Yeah.
And I don't think, if we can borrow a lesson from COVID-19, what happened? I don't think lack of money killed the people. It was the disease that affected people.
Yeah.
God has created man is a very complex being. God has created human being in such a complex way that we're able to adjust very fast. The fact that many people were not earning their salary, nobody died of hunger that time.
Yeah.
I don't think whether people went on fasting to seek the face of God. I don't think. The level of panic was very, very high, that even if fasting would have been a challenge. Then you can imagine the multiple loss agreed that people went through. But the fact that salaries stopped, the government could not be able to maintain, even for these servants, the private sector could not be able to maintain, still people were able to adjust. And I can assure you, they ate even more healthier than they were eating when they were earning. And they had less. Then again, you remember also the government tried to really subsidize, like the M-Pesa, even up to 1,000, you are supposed to send it free of charge.
Yeah.
The government removed some taxes. So there is the way you can be able to adjust. That period, if nobody died, then this issue of classes, and it's not the class, like the classes in India, whereby it's a catch. It's not the classes that you're only putting yourself, you've been a pauper yesterday, now you want to make yourself to be somebody who's talking about, I'm in this KQ, I'm in this whatever. You don't deserve all that. There is time for, the wise man, the writer of Ecclesiastes tells us there is time for everything. So can we gradually reach that time? Our life is well programmed by God. He has already predestined it. Let us not short circuit our destinies, when in the real sense we can be able to reach our destinies and actualize our destinies very well. They are already organized very well. You don't need to go beyond your means.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, I'd like us to take a very short break. But when you come back, of course, we'll talk more about this interesting discussion of living beyond our means. So do keep it right here, because this discussion continues after this very short break.
Are you looking to grow your business? Kirk TV offers you a variety of advertising opportunities to suit your budget. Advertise with us today and reach your potential customers countrywide. For more information, email us on sales@kirktv.org or call 011 00 90647. Losing a beloved one can be one of the hardest life experiences. Death brings a total change in many setups, the family taking a huge position. Death also provides an opportunity to celebrate the departed and their achievements on earth. Kirk TV provides for you an opportunity to announce death and funeral at affordable fee. For more information, write to us via announcements@kirktv.org or call 011 00 90647.
Greetings to all of you who watch Kirk TV programs. I send you Christian love and peace from all the Kirk family and the entire ministry. Since God gave us this Kirk TV, which is a very competent means of reaching people in and outside Kenya, Kirk TV is undoubtedly giving good and effective services to many people wherever our signal reaches. It is evident that God is at work through Kirk TV. We therefore need your loving support through your continuous prayers. We also appeal passionately for your generous financial support to help us be on air as the Lord will require us to do and to be. Please plan to give regularly. Please give occasionally, or you can begin to give a one-time gift. The scripture is right that you will be made rich in every way so that you can be generous on every occasion, and your generosity will result in thanksgiving to God. Please respond to this genuine, urgent appeal. Kindly be a Kirk TV partner. May God bless you abundantly as we join hands to do this good work.
To partner with us, send your financial support to pay bill number 401-9613, account partner. Pay bill number 401-9613, account partner.
Uwe rafiki wa karibu na uwe partner. Ukisema ya kwamba utakuwa ukiwapatia 100 shillings, hata hiyo ni kubwa sana kwao. Ukisema ni 200, ukisema ni 1000, ukisema utaweza 5000, ni wewe tu utaamua. Lakini ikiwa consistent, tuseme ya kwamba ni mwezi, nikisema ya kwamba nitakuwa nikiwapatia mwezi kiasi hiki, ni kuendelea tu na kuwapatia na kuwashikilia. Kushikilia hiyo ni kama tunaenda mission. Sisi tunaenda mission.
To partner with us, send your financial support to pay bill number 401-9613, account partner. Pay bill number 401-9613, account partner.
Be a partner with us, willingly, motivated by God, and give generously. Give generously. And this will be a partner. And please, again, I plead with you, support Kirk TV. One, by appreciating it, turn on to it so that you watch what is going on. And do give us some comment, whether you write or you SMS or whatever, do make some comment. So that whatever we do, we need to be encouraged. We want to hear from you. Talk to us. And there are ways of doing so. The reason why I'm saying this, it is emphasis, even by your financial support. Every contribution you give will keep us tuned on, and be in the air so that anytime you turn on, we are there. We will be getting help from you, and the good Lord will be speaking to us, and we shall be in the air.
To partner with us, send your financial support to pay bill number 401-9613, account partner. Pay bill number 401-9613, account partner.
We turn to God and thank God for helping us to make a beginning, even to appear and to be in the air, because God has been near to us and has been talking to us, telling us what to say to the people using the technology there is today, which Paul did not have, Jesus did not have this. Now that we do, then we are going to use it.
To partner with us, send your financial support to pay bill number 401-9613, account partner. Pay bill number 401-9613, account partner. Alright, welcome back, and thank you so much for keeping it Kirk mid-morning this day, even as we talk about living beyond your means. In studio with me is Julius Gitaria, counseling psychologist, and he's just taking us through this conversation in an in-depth way. I see you on social media. Faith Marete says, Kweli kabisa hakuna luck. I'm following closely to hear from this man of God. And Susan Wanjiru, who says tuned in. So in case of any questions you have, comments, or would like to share experience with us, leave them at the comment section. That is on our Facebook page and YouTube at Kirk TV Kenya, and we'll have a look at them. Bona Julius, we're talking about living beyond your means, and we have talked about the baggage that comes with it, the effects even it has on our health, which I think a lot of people don't consider. You know, you fall ill and you think, life happens, you become unwell. Kumbe, it's the pressure you're putting yourself under. But I want us to talk about something quite important, and it happens, and I think during the COVID time it happened to a lot of guys. Definitely the amount of money you earn places you in a certain position in the society. So here you are, an individual who's living a good life, what you'd call a good life. You associate with who is who in the country, you have access to them, and then you're earning, something happens to it, you either lose your job or your business doesn't do well, and you can no longer afford that lifestyle, but you still want to maintain it. You still want to look like you're still earning that amount, or you're in disbelief. You're like, no, you want to mean that I cannot any longer, you know? And of course, then when it gets there, you start living beyond your means, you start going bankrupt, and you think of ways how you can still maintain this lifestyle that you're used to, you know, and your kids are used to because they used to go to good schools. And a lot of parents want to provide for their children that good lifestyle. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, thank you very much, Faith. And you touched something which is very, very, very real. And let's not even go very far.
Yeah.
Let's go to the last year elections. The Rusas.
Yeah.
Don't even go very far. Let's face the reality as it is.
Yeah.
The Rusas of the
Elections.
the heated last year elections in our country, Kenya. Now, all those people who lost the elections, some of them, they are not young in politics. They have been there for so many years, but they were not able to clinch that that ticket in either party. So right now, wherever they are, the income, the allowances that they've been getting from the government, they are not there. The classes where they have been, they are not there. At this particular stage, even their families. You can imagine in my house, the police with the GK vehicles, with the flag, they'll be coming to my house, bringing me 3 newspapers on daily basis. Now they're no longer there.
Yeah.
Even the security, now we have even changed from an officer, a disciplined officer with a gun, to a watchman with a room to take care of me.
Yeah.
And there's an officer with a gun taking care of the hyena at Nairobi National Park.
Yes, yes.
So fisi inalindwa na bunduki, mimi nalindwa na rungu na panga. So that kind of adjustment is not easy. It's not easy. And therefore, what is important, some people will end up in a state of denial, which is a defense mechanism.
Okay.
And the denial is a sickness. It is not saying it is not possible, it is not true, it's a sickness. Psychologically, you are sick because you are pretending, you are acting. It's not it's not true, it's a defense mechanism. And professionals, scholars tell us that the more you use ego defense mechanism, the more you're communicating you are psychologically sick, and therefore you need a counselor to assist you. So what is required is what we call readjustment counseling.
Okay.
Readjustment and a reinvention. There is the readjustment, the reinvention. That is what is required, the remedy for that. Because the fact that I've lost my status quo, it means strain to the family. It means strain to the significant others. It means strain to my spouse. It means strain to my family member. It means strain even to my relatives and even my friends. The fact that I've lost. So it is something that has got a psychological ripple effect on the individual. And then again, the image that I've created, if I'm not prepared mentally, I'll still start now acting in a weird way. So, the many people who want to really maintain the status quo when the means is not there, the assets that are accumulated, they start selling. What is the value of selling the assets to maintain something which is temporal? So whatever you be thinking is a family asset, you start now selling to maintain that kind of a standard. Then as a result, when those assets are over, you still crumble down. Now that the heaven has tumbled it down, what needs to be done? And you have survived, you have not collapsed yourself, you have not died. What is important is now what we call now readjustment and the engineering or the reinvention counseling, whereby now let us now cut our coat with this piece of cloth that has been left after the heaven has tumbled down. The best way out is let us now cut our coats. And one way of cutting the coat according to this small size, whereby I've been wearing these are the regalia, the Catholic regalia of the priest or the Muslim regalia. Now I have now to accept to have now a 3/4 dress because my cloth has been adjusted. If I don't do that, I will die of depression. I will end up even giving my creator a vote of no confidence. And when I lose value in my spiritual dimension, whereby I'm supposed to get meaning, definitely I will end up now becoming now the opposites. I'll end up becoming either a devil worshipper to maintain that. Then you hear a lot of stories. The reason is because I'm still on denial. I've refused to adjust. So adjustment is very, very, very important. Number 2, helping people to begin afresh. There is no problem of starting afresh. There is no problem. There is a problem, failure to start afresh and start to be hanging on top there, whereby you don't have a parachute, a floater to assist you when now the heaven has tumbled down. And that is what now will end up now causing mental illnesses. Many people end up becoming now mad. They will end up having paranoid behaviors. They end up now becoming schizophrenic. They end up now having all this kind of the 70 mental health condition that we are talking about right now on this earth. Because if you have not maintained your health and your awareness, definitely the opposite of health is what? Illness. And that mental illness will make you to end up even selling whatever you had accumulated, even the house you've been living on. Then you end up in a place called the no man's land. No man's land is somewhere along the road, and the road is up. The no man's land. And this is the time now you become abandoned to yourself. abandoned to the family, and abandoned to the community at large.
Yeah.
Because even when you take you to a mental health facility, you are not contributing to the economy. Actually, you're affecting the economy because now we become a liability. You're not helping our economy to grow. You are only waiting for me to work, and the government to go purchase drugs to come and maintain you because you are a liability.
Yeah.
You're even causing me stress because I'm working to maintain you. I'm being taxed to maintain you. So, most important thing, nobody is forced to maintain friendship. Is a very, very difficult enterprise to maintain a friend. Class is also a very, very, very difficult status to maintain. It's very expensive to maintain. Therefore, I need to understand the little steps I took to climb up that steps. I didn't clear them. They are still there. I can be able to use the little steps to come down, and even down there, they are still friends. And that's where the point of adjustment is. That's why you say that let us live according to our size, not according to the phases of life. We are in the phase of COVID now. We have got this phase of people are having a lot of flu. There is the phase of dryness, the phase of El Nino's coming. Let's not live by phases. Let us live by our size.
Sizes.
Let us also not live to praise people, because when I live to praise you, I will use a lot of energy. I will lie, and when you are away from me, when night comes, I'm only crying and wetting my bed because of tears of pain. You don't require to go to that level.
Yeah.
No. It's not worthy.
You've talked about readjustment counseling.
Yes.
And I'd like to ask, if we've talked about, you losing a source of income, then there are people who, you're living a normal life, and then all of a sudden you get a tender, or you get a job that gives you 5 times what you're earning, or you start a business and it peaks, and you're not used to this huge amount of money that you now have. This person, do they also need the readjustment counseling? Because we've seen a lot of guys who then waste that money, for lack of a better word, not invest the money. Then later on they sit back and say, I regret, there's a time I had good money and I didn't use it well. Does the readjustment counseling also apply to such kind of a person?
Correct. Even when it comes to retirement, we need the readjustment counseling, because now it is you minus the monthly income that was continuous. The adjustment is required. That's why we need to prepare people before they retire.
Okay.
To know that as they retire, one of the areas that is going to be touched is the income. Income will reduce. And if they are not saved for their retirement, there is a problem here. So that's why many retire to die. They retire to go and die. Not retire to go and invest. And we are supposed to retire not because we are tired. We are supposed to retire from the routine of policies and procedures at the workplace, and they put on new tires to go the new terrain of now becoming managers of our own retirement benefits.
Okay.
Not tired, and therefore you want to go and start now buying wheelchairs and wheelbarrows. No, we are supposed to retire with dignity. What we call ego integrity versus despair. We should retire with integrity, not retire to come and start threatening that if you don't come to see me, I'm going to strip naked, I'm going to curse you. So we should not be threatening people as we retire. We need to be this kind of people who can now even become the retired grandparents with the dignity, who are able to give the lower generational ideas and the insight and help them to live and finish up well. The finishing well principle is very important. Finishing well. You started well, finish well. Don't start well and end up like King Solomon saying vanity. It is all vanity. We should not. Therefore, this adjustment is required, because remember, I've been straining. Now all of a sudden a miracle has happened. Income is flowing. Whatever I'm touching is prospering, like the writer of Psalms 1 verse 1 to 3. Yes, whatever I do is prospering. So now it is prospering. I am new to that terrain. Yes. The njogo ya shamba inaanza kuika mjini. You start even mixing lipsticks, and people start wondering what is this instead of who is this. Right together, you can end up becoming what is this instead of who is this, because you don't know even how to do the color combos of your dress code. You don't know how to put it.
Yeah.
It really causes a lot of confusion. That is why even as the government also take new people in the system, it also take them for a bit of training, simple rules like etiquette, because you can end up carrying the ushamba in State House. You need a lot of help to readjust and to be able to understand that even your status quo has ended up. You are no longer that the social you who do socialize and do things kienyeji. Now you used to start now eating using serviettes and you used to hold mandazi with the leaves. Now that kind of adjustment is seriously required so that you can be able to maintain your dignity. Then again, you also need to be able now to move from this lower kanda to the higher kanda systematically and to know what is required, because there's a lot that is required to adjust that kind of level to fit. And as you are fitting, also remember now you have got a tendency, if you are not cancelled to adjust, you've got a tendency to revenge. The retaliation mission is likely to follow you. Therefore, you want to ensure that at least now you can't buy a sofa set of 50,000. You want to buy the one for 250. One chair like the one in Parliament will be told that it's costing 20,000. That's the kind of chair you want to buy. That is now extravagant and riotous living. Yes, that's an extravagant kind of life, and it is going to make you to crumble down very fast again. So you need to go simultaneously, step by step, gradually. Buy a simple furniture, then you graduate from that one, go to a higher one. And as you graduate, now that you still have the income to buy a higher one, buy a better one, then dispose this one. Don't keep it, because again, we got attendance. You know, if you are in luck, anything you want to save, even a pen together. If you are in luck now, you want to have a workshop to be stocking. But remember, as you stock, the wear and the tear is there. So dispose this one, replace it with something of a higher kanda. When you got a more superior one, dispose this one, then pick the other one. That's how you're supposed to go, gradually. Not now stocking the old ones and whatever and calling them souvenirs. Souvenirs, are you a museum? So don't make yourself a museum. Adjust accordingly and live according to that status quo that you're going. People have got a lot of psychological disorganization or disorders that affect them. They're not having jumps in their body, but now that I've been on mega means, now I want now to revenge. I want to get this and this, and you don't have even a budget. You don't have a budget for that. You are not spending money. You are also buying the same kind of commodities and giving the same whatever. You need discipline. I think we'll be lapping up. We need to talk about how to adjust this. You should not be having a chapati and whatever, and the bread here and the cake here at the Black Forest.
Because there was a time you couldn't have.
Yes. So whom are you trying to tease? Whom are you competing with? Don't compete unhealthily with yourself. Yes, because you've been learning ever since you were born. Where have you reached? So let us stop those unhealthy competitions. Let us adjust simultaneously, step by step, and remember, you are the only enemy to yourself and the only friend to yourself. Don't become an enemy to yourself. Don't compromise your health for the sake of, like now the people who are trying to use the steroid drugs, so that because your genetic coding does not allow you to be fat. Are you together? And you want to maintain the body that can talk, you go to buy chemicals, those steroids. That's, you are affecting your health. Yes, the genetic coding you have does not allow. Don't use the artificial way. You are not wearing masks to go to the National Theatre to act. No, you are living a life. Live a life a day at a time and adjust accordingly. You are very flexible. Your life, your body, even your brain is like plastic. It can expand or contract depending on what you are feeding it. Feed your brain with the right materials, and it will assist you to adjust and to gravitate to the level you want to be. Let us self-actualize graciously. Yes.
Wow, I think you've put it quite well. Thank you for elaborating it very well to us, even including the revenging, because I've seen people do that actually.
Yes, it's a revenge mission, and it's not healthy.
Okay, we're talking about living beyond your means. There's something you've touched on that has also reminded me. We have people who live under their means, if there's something like that. You have good money, you can live a comfortable life, but you're using very little of it, and people are wondering, what's wrong with this person? Then give me this money you're not using so that I can use it, you know. Let's talk about this.
Yes, there's a scholar by the name Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud is a scholar who he died. He was a scholar who did a lot of research on human beings. And he discovered that we have got various stages of life that we are passing through. And in every stage, there is a crisis or there's a situation that you need to adjust. Yeah, let me talk about adjusting. If you don't adjust, you can get stuck there. So, this character, who is too mean even to themselves, is not an indicator of discipline. We might think that somebody is disciplined because they are mean. Actually, it's a disorder they are having. That's not discipline. Because discipline comes from the Latin one, disciple. And a disciple is a learner who learns by following instructions. Now, this person, you see, some of the gadgets we're using in the house, they represent our behaviors, right, together. Like the kettle. We talk about the mukonombilica person, right, together. The kettle you're having in the house, it symbolizes you, how mean you are, even to yourself. So, because you see the part where we're putting the tea or the whatever is too big, but when it's coming out,
very little.
It's very little. It's as if it is suffering from some healthy condition. So now this person who is too mean, too stingy, and they are suffering from they are suffering from a condition known as there's a perfectionism. You need to be perfect, but you should not be a perfectionist. Perfectionism disorder is the reason they are behaving that way. And they learned how to become handouts when they were supposed to be children. The system never allowed them to become children. And I hope you are not the firstborn in a family whereby you are forced to bring adulthood when you are supposed to be a child.
To mature, to grow up.
You need to mature by fire, by force, because you are the firstborn. So you jump some stages of development. Finally, because we became an adult, an adult is perfect, a child is careless. Together. That is where the disorder of perfectionism and the cleanliness and everything begin there. And these are the kind of people who now when they become adult, even they want to hide sugar and all these essential commodities before the budget, with the imagination, which is again a lie, that the prices are going to shoot up. By the way, we don't have even famine in Kenya. It's these kind of people who are hiding food. There's plenty of food right now, even and beside the famine. There are people with excess food. It's being eaten by weevil. But because of those disorder, and that disorder begins here before the age of 3 years. That's what the problem is. It's a problem before the age of 3 years here. Therefore, this individual, they are having a psychological problem, but they are not aware of. That's why they want to become poor millionaires. They are beggars in a golden suit. Together, they are beggars in a golden suit. They don't want even to save in the bank because they imagine that the bank is making profit out of their money. They want to hide even money at home. So it's a psychological disorder. So this kind of a character who is depriving himself or herself, living below the means, if they have got the substance, you are having a lot of income, but you are living in the slum. You need a lot of counseling. That is not your status quo. That's not your class. And you are affecting your psychological well-being. You affect your psychological well-being, and this is likely to even compromise your health. It's likely to compromise your immunity. It's likely to even affect your intelligence quotient, because the social the social quotient, the spiritual quotient, the emotional intelligence, the emotional quotient, they are going, they'll be down. Therefore, you are putting yourself in a class you are not. And because of putting yourself in a class you are not, this has also got a ripple effect on your children. Yes, you prepare the cup of tea, and you don't want to buy sugar. You want your children to put sugar, salt on the cup of tea.
Yeah.
If they insist that they want sugar, so that you teach them that you didn't become rich miraculously.
Yes.
You struggled.
Yes. Yeah.
So you want to put your children that kind of a level. That's a very sick system. It's a dysfunctional family, and dysfunctional families end up producing these sick children who become problematic in society. So we are passing a very, very bad legacy to the next generation instead of breaking the cycle. Yes, you struggled, now you've been liberated. Live a liberated life.
Okay.
That's why even the word of God is telling us, we will know the truth, and the truth shall set us free. Let us be liberated people. You cannot be in prison when you be told that go home, I've given you presidential amnesty. So you'll be given a financial amnesty, you are still struggling. When you go to a butchery, the best meat you can buy is matumbo, intestines. Are you cutting for intestines or 50 bob when you can eat a stick?
Yeah.
And the ticker? So graduate to a higher level.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
live within your means.
Live within your means.
Yeah.
And prove you cannot be wearing a color shoes when you can afford a nice shoe.
Yeah.
No, you are even communicated that your creator made a mistake. Yes. And then what kind of, now then why should, because now you're surviving, why should you survive on earth? And you are aware either you are going to heaven to enjoy that life, the mansion that Jesus is still taking material to heaven to one day complete those mansions which have taken a lot of years. Why should you might be chased? You might be chased. Don't make yourself a house help when you are the boss.
Yeah.
No. You make yourself somebody to enjoy life in its abundance. Yes. Yes.
Okay, you've talked about parents who tell children or deny them things so that they can show them, I got here by working hard. This life didn't come easy. You know, we have a lot of those stories. Those stories are real in the society. Okay, so I think what this discussion today is revealing to me is that a lot of people need counseling.
True.
A lot of people need healing as well.
Correct.
Because something like that, you'd say maybe it was a lot of hurt from the past that you're still holding on to, with or without your knowledge, and you're also passing it down to your children,
to their children,
without knowing
and
as
the children's
well.
children.
Oh my goodness.
And because I'm a doctor, I want all my children to become doctors. So anybody who become a tout, that's a family disgrace.
Yeah.
It's nothing like that. Thank God for the CBC.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
We have people who are already living beyond their means.
True.
People who are already in debt.
Correct.
People who are already wondering, oh my goodness, how did I get myself here and how do I get out? How do I change the situation I'm in currently? I want us to talk about this. Or rather, you know a friend, you know a family member, how then can you help them? Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. And well, my family is a very unique family because I'm in at least my extended family. We've got now about 27 counties within my family.
Hey, okay.
Yes, so I hope I'm going to cringe to 47 very soon.
Yeah.
We've got a mixture of cultures and races and tribes in my family. And it's something I'm thanking God for because my eyes are also opening. Some of the people I was stereotyped to labor.
Yeah.
To labor, I've come to discover it is me who has refused to empathize. I've refused to change to exchange my seeing glasses. They are wonderful people.
Yeah.
Someone is struggling in my world of that subjective world. Now, there's these friends of mine from the Nyanza region, who to them is a way of life.
Yeah.
Yes, there is fortunately my brother's daughter is married to them. My uncle's 2 daughters are married in that end. And I'm blessed. At least we have got one son called Odinga. So Odinga will never die.
Yeah.
Raila Amolo Odinga has refused to die because we have him at home. So the legacy is there. And now, that saying, sometimes we mistake it, we misunderstand it, because I've related with these people, these friends of mine, and one thing I've discovered is that they are very diligent. They are very hardworking people. So whatever they are enjoying as a way of life is out of labor. It's not just something they landed on a betting spree. No, it's something they have labored for. So those people are living beyond their means. One of the challenges that they're encountering is that at least they don't have a budget. Number 2, if they have got a budget, they are not disciplined. Number 3, the amount they want to put themselves in a class whereby they don't want to buy with the cash money. They want to use those credit cards. Incidentally, that's a very bad way of doing purchases. If you are going to get financial freedom and live within your means, always be having liquid cash.
Okay.
Because if you go to the, assuming, like a supermarket, is organized by business psychologists. That's why all the items for the children, they are within their reach. So you go with the trolley, the child is packaging things. All the items are kept on the row themselves. You go to fight at the counter.
Yeah.
And because you don't want that ulabarus at the counter, you end up using the public self-pretend. The public you pretend it is well, but the private you say that let us reach home. Today I'll cause domestic violence or child abuse. So those credit cards, we need to stop them. Then again, these people, you are living in a house rent which is very, very, very high. Another way of showing that you are living beyond your means is that you are using the Uber services or the tax services. The amount of money you are paying is more than you even buying your own. And that Uber service you are looking for, you yourself, you can't be able to buy it. You can't afford it, but this is a service you really want to enjoy. Like that's what is happening today. You discover by the end of the month, the amount of money you use on the tax is so high that if you had saved this money, you could have even purchased your own vehicle. That's living beyond your means. Then you discover that also you are no longer having your credit points. They have also stopped. At the same time, your retirement benefit, you are no longer saving it. When you look at the messages that are coming in the phone, is people who are demanding from you. You've not done this, you've not paid this, you've done this. Then you discover that sometimes also you are buying things you don't need. Why should you buy Amba soap? You have got Amba soap. You want now to buy Ariel, you want to buy Omo. And the Jama soap can still clean your clothing together. What the Ariel can do. So why all these particular things? Some things you don't need them, you are buying them. So that shows that you are living beyond your means. Then at the same time, you discover that in your fridge these days, there are some foodstuffs you kept there that they have expired. Some of the things you're keeping, they're expiring. So you have either to throw them out, or we give our house elves. We are mean to that level. We give our house elves those expired goods so that we restock again the shelves. And also you discover that also like when you go shopping, you don't have a shopping list, because you need to have a shopping list. Like for ladies, there is a saying that never go to a supermarket when you're hungry. You need first of all to eat before you enter a supermarket. You end up buying things that are not of any nutritional value for you. Yogurt, fresh milk, maziwa mala, biscuits, cakes, all this. Eat first of all. When you're satisfied, go there. Then go also with the budgets, and then you also ensure you don't go beyond this level. Then again, also trying to pay the fares for other people. If we enter the same matatu with you, who said that by them you're entering, you're not budgeted that this amount of money you're going to pay? So me, I want to cater for that. If I meet you, you're eating somewhere, I'm catering for that. That is living beyond your means, and you're only becoming a people pleaser. As a result, the end result is that now this particular person is not a good person, is not a religious person, is not a social person. This is the kind of a character who are always complaining, and they are always seeing the glass half empty instead of half full. They require a lot of help, a lot of psychological help, because they end up becoming the paranoid mom. We will be seeing the advertisement of Dettol. The paranoid mom, instead of the Dettol mom, they transmit also the culture of quarrels and argument to their children. Because remember, whatever you are doing all the time, as a mom, as a dad, always remember, if you have got little children, there is always 2 little eyes and 2 little ears that are watching and hearing what you are saying. So this is now the generation you are transmitting this kind of culture to. And if by always that means God take you away, if they are not able to relate to that kind of a class you've kept, they always blame you. They end up entering into activities of crime, committing crimes and drug abuse, and that generation might end up becoming extinct. Yes.
Okay. So what you're saying is that it's possible to live within your means.
It is very possible. Yes.
So just one of the things I've heard you mention is come up with a budget.
Budget is very important.
Budget how you're going to spend your money when you're going for shopping. Always have a list.
Correct. Of what must be bought and then nice to buy. What must. And then the nice. If you have got the unga in the house, you don't need to buy umbrella. Umbrella is not a must. What must? And if the must mean that they are the basic needs, which are mandatory, they are compulsory. Yes.
We've also talked about the rent, the house you're living in.
Correct.
So don't take a house that you're paying your whole salary.
Yes. Yes. Your income is very little. Yes. You are getting 10,000 in a house of 15,000.
Just because you want to say, I live in this area.
Yes.
You know.
And that is very important by the again also the where you are living. People do not think that in a place like Eastlands or Madare or Kebela, you can be in a mansion there. You want to be associated with the Kitisuru, those Bodaiga, Kilimani, Longa. You don't want even to be. We don't want to. You don't want to say that you're in Ngong. You want to say you're in Karen, as if Karen is heaven. Together. So, so that again communicate the level of mental disorders we are having and our ability not to accept who we are, but what we'd like to be, which is a dream never to come. So that we need that kind of help, so that we be ourselves. Yes.
All right. I hope, dear viewer, you are learning a lot, as I am, because the conclusion of this program is that it is very possible and very okay, actually, to live within your means.
Correct.
No one will come and beat you. And I think the good side of that is you have no mask to wear. You have no lie to maintain.
Correct.
If you can't afford something, simply say, for now, I cannot afford, I cannot come. And that is okay.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
All right. As we end today's program, I'd like to hear your parting shot to our viewers. What would you want to leave them with?
Oh, thank you, Faith. My parting shot is this, is that God is a master planner, and He has predestined our lives, and we need to understand that we are original, not photocopy, not duplicate, and therefore there is nobody we are fighting or competing with. I need to compete with myself, within the means that my Creator has given me, knowing that He has deposited a lot of talent, a lot of abilities, a lot of gifting in me. Those are the gifts I need to utilize to become the kind of person I am, so that they can be able to reach out to many lives and touch lives in a constructive way, without transmitting the generation of people who are going to suffer because they want to live acting. And also to let people to be themselves. Be yourself, always be yourself. Don't be a person you are not. When you do that, we will be having 6 dimensions of our illness. We'll be spiritually healthy. we will be physically healthy, we'll be emotionally healthy, we'll be philosophically healthy, we'll be psychologically healthy, and even we will be also mentally healthy. And because our health is our wealth, then definitely we will have accomplished that John verse 2, that God is telling us how he wish above all that we may prosper and be in health, just like our souls are prospering. Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you so much. I see a comment here from Life Whisper Services. Says, nice to see my trainer and mentor Julius following.
Wow,
Yeah.
thank you.
We have a lot of fans out here. We do appreciate you coming today. We appreciate your wisdom and knowledge on our topic of discussion today, and for guiding the conversation in such a wonderful way, you know, giving us even the in-depth and getting to understand how decisions we make, how the lifestyle we choose affects us, affects our health, affects our mental health, physical health, as well as our generation and our children. Something I think we oftenly forget. We don't think that what we do now has a repercussion even in the lifestyle of our children and how we leave them. You know, so thank you so much for today. We appreciate you coming.
Thank you too.
All right, and to you who has been following this conversation, I say a very big thank you to all who've interacted with us on our social media pages. Thank you for keeping this discussion active. We say a very big thank you. I'd end the program here. My name is Faith Kaulu. Till next time, keep watching CAC TV. Goodbye.